各位记者朋友
Friends from the media, good afternoon. Welcome to the press conference. First, I'd like to announce, at the invitation of Premier of the State Council Li Qiang, Finnish Prime Minister Orpo will pay an official visit to China from January 25th to 28th. Now the floor is open.
谢谢发言人，总台央视记者提问。那中方刚刚
CCTV, to follow up on Finnish Prime Minister Orpo's official visit to China, could you share some more information on the visit? What does China expect to achieve through the visit? During his visit to China, President Xi Jinping will meet with him, and Premier Li Qiang and Chairman Zhao Leji of the Standing Committee of the NPC will meet and hold talks with him. They will have an in-depth exchange of views on bilateral relations and issues of mutual interest. Finland is one of the earliest Western countries to recognize and establish diplomatic relations with PRC. In recent years, under the guidance of the two heads of state, the China-Finland future-oriented new type cooperative partnership continues to deepen, and practical cooperation has been continually advanced. China attaches great importance to China-Finland relations and stands ready to work with Finland to have closer high-level exchanges, strengthen mutual trust, enhance economic and trade cooperation, promote exchanges, step up mutual understanding, coordination multilateral affairs, and jointly bring the bilateral relationship to new heights. Next one, please.
NATO said yesterday that its Secretary General Mark Rutte had very productive talks with Donald Trump on security in the Arctic. A spokesperson said that there will be negotiations between Denmark, Greenland, and the United States, quote, aimed at ensuring that Russia and China never gain a foothold economically or militarily in Greenland, end quote. How does China view this and recent developments regarding Greenland? Thank you.
China always believes that the purposes and the principles of the UN Charter should be upheld in handling relations between countries. The so-called China threats is baseless. China opposes calling white black and using China as a pretext for selfish gains. Next one, please. 如道，叙利亚外交部官员表示，中国政府从未向叙利亚政府提出过正式请求，中方也未要求叙利亚遣返维吾尔武装分子。如果中国确实提出过这样的要求，叙利亚将会做出相应的回应。中方是否希望他们回国？ The Eastern Turkestan Islamic Movement is a terrorist organization designated by China in accordance with the law and listed by UN Security Council. The Syrian side commits itself to not allowing any entity to use the Syrian territory to engage in activities that undermine China's national security, sovereignty, and interests. Next one, please.
谢谢发言人。湖北广电记者提问：据报道，巴基斯坦警方
Hubei Media Group is reported that Pakistani police said yesterday the massive fire that ripped through a shopping mall on January 7th in Karachi has so far killed 60 people, was China's comment. China noted the tragic fire and expresses deep condolences to the lives lost and heartfelt sympathies to the bereaved families and the injured. We wish the injured a speedy recovery. Next one, please. NHK. Since the departure of Consul General of Japan in Chongqing last month, this position has been vacant for over a month. Some believe that the appointment of the new Consul General in Chongqing has not yet been approved by the Chinese side. What's China's comment? China is handling relevant matters in accordance with procedures. Next one, please. 路透社昨晚在达沃斯，特朗普表示，中国制造了许多风力发电机，但他表示，在中国找不到任何的风电场。他还表示，中国一直在向愚蠢的人出售风力发电机。外交部对九合评论。China has developed the world's most complete policy system on reducing carbon emissions, as well as the world's largest renewable energy system, and has actively shared its achievements in green development. China's energy storage installed capacity has exceeded 100 million kilowatt, and by the end of November 2025, China's wind power installed capacity surpassed 600 million kilowatt. During the 14th five-year plan period, the wind power and photovoltaic products China exported helped cut down around 4.1 billion tons of carbon emission in other countries. China's efforts in climate response and global development application of renewable energy is widely recognized. As a responsible major developing country, China stands ready to work with other parties to promote global green and low-carbon transition, jointly build a clean and beautiful world. Next one, please.
谢谢。中国日报提问。
China Daily. China recently criticized the disinformation smear campaign against China by spokesperson of the Philippine Coast Guard. The Department of Foreign Affairs of the Philippines yesterday, in a statement, affirmed its support for publicly elected officials and government institutions performing their lawful duties in defense of Philippine sovereignty, sovereign rights, and jurisdiction. It also reiterated that differences between states are best addressed through established diplomatic channels rather than public exchange. What's your comment? Earlier this week, we have stated China's serious position on the remarks by this spokesperson, the leading official of the MFA's Department of Asian Affairs, in a meeting with the Philippine ambassador to China this morning, once again lodged a serious representation. Let me stress that the Philippines has long been abetting and conniving at the confrontational and misleading disinformation against China on maritime issues by its Coast Guard, a spokesperson who even arbitrarily made baseless remarks to directly attack and vilify China. We can't accept that. We once again urge the Philippines to immediately undo the egregious influence with effective measures and not to allow certain people to continue making provocations, creating trouble, and acting wantonly so as to avoid any further disruption to more normal diplomatic communication or even greater harm to China-Philippines relations. Next one, please.
Thank you. Another from AFP.
法新社，特朗普预计将会在达沃斯今天举行和平委员会的签订会。昨天，高级官员表示，大概有35位外国领导人希望加入，同意加入。中方对此和评论是否会加入。On questions about the Board of Peace, we previously made a response, and now we don't have further information to offer now. Next one, please.
Another question from Reuters.
路透社在达沃斯，特朗普表示，他正在努力确保美国继续成为全球的加密货币之都。他表示，中国想要加密货币市场，但是我们必须确保中国无法掌握这一市场。外交部对此有何评论？ China has all along actively engaged in bilateral and multilateral cooperation on currency and finance, and has engaged in global macro policy coordination, and has engaged in rules-making of international finance. For anything specific that you mentioned, I'd refer you to competent authorities. Next one, please.
Thank you. One last question from AFP.
法新社，昨天，法国拉克拉特斯公司宣布在中国和其他国家大规模召回婴幼儿的奶粉。这个月，另外一家公司也进行了召回。法国表示，这和一家中国供应商相关，但是并未透露其名称。中方对此有何评论？ I'm not aware of what you mentioned. The Chinese government attaches great importance to food safety and will continue to take effective measures to protect consumers' legitimate rights and interests. Next one, please. Any more questions? If not, then let's call it a day. Thank you.